more about the collaboration of Pakistan and China and to have more insights regarding the cooperation and collaboration between Pakistan and China, we have been joined by Yasser Masood, a foreign affairs expert from Beijing, to share his views on Prime Minister's recent China visit and its importance. Thank you very much for your presence in the news broadcast of Pakistan TV, of course, as we talk about this very important visit of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, where he had his meetings with the political leadership, with the business leadership. How do you see the importance of this visit in the light of further solidifying the geostrategic importance of Pakistan?
Well, thank you for having me. And in fact, Beijing hailed this diplomatic relationship, and through this visit, I see it that it's a further extension to all-weather strategic cooperation between China and Pakistan. So the first point I would like to highlight is that, as we know, that CPEC right now is like a central pillar to our economic policy. And why I do say this, because I think it was, in fact, China which gave this realization to Pakistan to work on its geoeconomics, because in this day and age, international relations are actually decided by the economic worth of a state. And Pakistan has been, unfortunately, remained under the ambit of the geostrategic and geopolitical compulsions for far too long, and which actually didn't give Pakistan a breathing space to work on its geoeconomics. And that's where Pakistan has made a transition, and rightly so. China has been helping in the first phase of CPEC. Now, in the second phase, we are talking about regional connectivity. Gawada is extremely important because of the hydrocarbon reserves and energy security, as we know of, that due to tensions and disgruntled region in West Asia and through Iran and its control on Strait of Hormuz has created ripple effects across the continents that gave more importance to Gwadar Port, because it connects South Asia, it connects Central Asia, and it also connects Africa and beyond. That's where the signaling was quite emphasive, again, that Gawada still works as a central pillar to China's West policy or China's foreign policy. Now, in the second phase, we are talking about, and also I would like to give a very pertinent example of Vietnam, that how Southeast Asia have actually integrated its supply chain with China and getting a lot of benefits, because China is now moving towards high quality development, which means that China is thinking of relocating its industrial base to its neighbors. And that's where Pakistan fits in very well, because we have huge bulge of youth, and we are still considered a semi-industrial economy. So there are a lot of dividends which Pakistan can earn. In a nutshell, I would say that this relationship is now transforming to an all-spectrum strategic relationship between the two friendly countries.
Right, absolutely, very rightly said. And also, in the light of this visit of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and the engagements that he had with the political leadership and, of course, with the business enterprises and the entrepreneurs as well. So, what are the opportunities for the financial sector of the country, and especially for the small businesses?
I think Pakistan is used to be a breeding ground for the small and medium industries, as you just rightly pointed out, because that was Pakistan's strength. And I think we don't have to invent the wheel again. We just have to work on our strengths. And China, as a matter of fact, knows that Pakistan's economy cannot be relied only on financial loans or short term policies. So I think to make Pakistan more sustainable, China also knows that it needs to be, Pakistan needs to kick in its industrial policy. Industrialization works as a central pillar in any economy or any developing economy. And we have been unable to work on our industrialization. Another point is that considering South Asia as a whole, in a broader perspective, we are still considered least connected regions in the world. That's where regional connectivity is also extremely important. Third, I would like to say, I mentioned about youth. It's a big plus because more than 60% of Pakistani youth are under age of 30. And that's create a very good complementarity with Chinese because one of the problems here is that they have aging population. They need a lot of young lot so that it can be integrated in their work system, in their business environment. I think that's where Pakistan offers a lot of opportunities to China. And besides economic sectors, there are many other sectors to which Pakistan can further align with China and can a lot as far as geopolitical policies are concerned and as far as geoeconomics is concerned.
Absolutely, you are rightly mentioning it, but contrary to all these factors is a very important factor of terrorism. And of course, Pakistan has paid a huge price in fighting this menace of terrorism. The Chinese leadership have strongly condemned the terrorism emanating from the Afghan soil. So how does this meeting of the Prime Minister with the Chinese leadership is going to further solidify the efforts against terrorism?
Very rightly so, because Pakistan is one of those states in the world which has sacrificed a lot, and I think we haven't got enough credit or reward for this. And we do deserve, because as a matter of fact, Pakistan has lost more than 80,000 civilians and army personnel on war of terrorism. We have lost more than 130 billion of economy. And we have lost besides the collateral damage, besides the insecurity, uncertainty, and the geopolitical fault lines which it has created are immense. And on top of that, what Pakistan lost is that because of these proxy wars, Pakistan couldn't work on its economic sector in comparison to what the Southeast Asian states or other states were able to do. Pakistan wasn't able to do because of all these factors. Now, I think that's a very good realization and a great convergence on part of China to finally they made it very explicit, because vocabulary in Chinese diplomacy matters a lot. So they're making it very explicit that when it comes to the security of China-Pakistan economic corridor, any third party would not be allowed to interfere the internal security matters of a country. We talk about Balochistan, and there are a lot of proxy wars going on there. I am not going into the detail that who is behind it, but my point is that now China is talking about the shared concern. And they have also spoken about Pakistan-China security partnership, because Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, if it is a bigger threat for Pakistan, on the other side, from Afghanistan soil, East Turkestan Islamic movement is also a concern for China. And the no double standards on terrorism, why this language or vocabulary has been used, it clearly signifies or indicates that China and Pakistan are very clear that when it comes to Pakistan's sovereignty, integrity, and sanctity, it will not be, Pakistan will not bear it, neither China will bear it.
Absolutely. A very thoughtful conversation with Mr. Yasser Masood, Foreign Affairs expert. Thank you very much for your time with Pakistan TV.